Recent Rockstar news has given me time to think about whether I actually like GTA that much. Because don't get me wrong, GTA is a fun game to play in terms of, driving around, immersing yourself in this pseudo-realistic world. But in terms of a game where it's open world, you do what you want, when you want, how you want, and you just doing it for the fun of it, I don't think it's the best one out there. Hear me out. There's going to be a lot of people who don't agree with me, and that's fine. Go ahead. But in my opinion, early Saints Row was better than GTA. So Saints Row 1, 2, and maybe 3. I find I enjoy playing it more than GTA. Don't get me wrong, GTA has done amazing things with graphics, they've done amazing things with gameplay, their jokes, their humor, it's good. But I find when I'm playing Saints Row 1, 2, and 3, I'm having a more immersed, more fun time playing than if I was playing a GTA game. Now, for those who don't know what Saints Row is, Saints Row is basically a knockoff GTA. When GTA first did the 3D open world game, there were loads of knockoffs, loads. Everyone was trying to copy and just capitalize on how popular GTA was, and Saints Row was one of those series. However, the reason why Saints Row is still continues to this day, where it's getting a reboot this year, is the fact that it grew its own personality. It went down its own path. It set its own rules, and it differentiated itself from GTA. And that's why I prefer Saints Row over GTA. But there are many reasons why I think it's the better game to play. Cause, bro, I'm not gonna lie, GTA sometimes, even the recent Red Dead, it's too much like real life, I don't play games so I could play real life. I could go outside and do that. And when I come in, sit down, start the PS4 and play a game, I want to enjoy myself when I'm playing the game. And I do that when I play GTA, but I find myself fully enjoying and fully immersing myself when I'm playing Saints Row. Now, Saints Row is far more far-fetched. It is less serious, less satirical than GTA, but that's what makes it different. That's what makes it better. And I would happily love to play the first one on the PS4 if they ever did that. Probably not, but with this new PSN subscription they're doing, hopefully we'll get that. But I will just have a list of reasons why I think they're a better game to play. First off, if you're interested in the story, like proper storytelling, probably stick to GTA. But in my opinion, the storytelling in Saints Row isn't that bad. When you realize it's just focusing on gang warfare, like that's the whole basis of the game. It's you're a leader of a gang, and you are trying to be the number one gang in the area. That's what's been the main status quo for the series. Until the last one, where he became the president and battled aliens. That's when it went off the rails. It was ridiculous. Furthermore, I find myself liking the characters in GTA far more than, not GTA, sorry, Saints Row far more than GTA. You have their own personality, their own kinks, their own jokes, their own ways of doing things. And if you are keeping up with the series, you feel connected to these characters. Like, for example, you have Pierce, who's been there since Sailors 2, Shaun since Sailors 2, you had Gat, the OG from the first one, throughout every game in the series, and when you play alongside them, you feel like you're part of the gang. They're cracking jokes, they're doing top-notch banter, characters that you can see yourself chilling with. Maybe not committing murders, but you can see yourself chilling and just having a good time. The customization options are always fantastic in these games. From the clothes you're wearing, the gun you're using, the car you're driving, what your crib looks like, what your homies look like, what your gangs look like. It's all up to you. You just need to take the time to make the money and to buy those options. And I find that given free reins like that, you come up with what you feel like the leader of the gang should look like and what the gang should look like. And I feel like in GTA, it's more along the lines of, this is person A. Person A is this, and this. You could change their clothes if you want. You could do the cars in the different colors. But it's just uniform. It's boring. It doesn't excite you. Whereas when you go into Saints Row, you can change the car, the details. It could be a regular sports car, but when you suit it up, you can't tell it's the same car anymore. That's how detailed customization is in this game. The missions are fun. They're always like a nice blend of serious and comedy. So, for example, if we go to St. Rose 2 real quick, there's a mission where you are shooting down helicopters who are doing they're supplying like guns or something like that. And one of the side characters is singing along in the radio while you're shooting them down, which for the time was very fun. This guy singing Neo while you're shooting down helicopters, while you're going after gang members. It was funny. And he does this in the second game and the third and fourth games. I'm not gonna lie, I think I preferred the mission types in the second game, where you would not choose, but there were missions set specifically for each rival gang you're going after. So you would have to do those missions, and then eventually you would destroy their money supply, destroy their gang numbers, and it'd just be down to like the last few and the gang leaders. And then you would take their territory from them. Which I find was good because it shows you what your actions are doing in the game. Whereas in GTA, nothing really happens in the open world. Like, you might hear about it in the news report, you might hear some people talk about it when they're having casual conversation, but apart from that, your impact is not really shown in the story or the open world. Even the music, I find, is better in Saints Row. Well, at least Saints Row 2. In my opinion, Saints Row 2 has the best music in any video game. You can fight me on that, I will fight you. Saints Row 2 is the best music. I don't care. I don't care. I wish that was my soundtrack in real life. I love that game. I think the soundtrack in Saints Row 2 is the best. I would happily listen to that soundtrack for the rest of my life. Yes, GTA has I think it has like 10 plus radio stations, each with like 10 plus songs, and they keep adding new radio stations, and yeah, that's nice, but like, the songs I'm listening to in Saints Row 2 they just put the vibe in of the game. It sounds so good. And and I just enjoy riding around in a nice sports car, listening to some classic R&B and rap. It's very therapeutic. I recommend it, strongly recommend it. Now, the bit where the argument kind of wanes is the third and fourth games. The third game, not too much, but the fourth game, definitely. The fourth game was over and beyond, because you wasn't facing rival gangs, you were facing aliens, and you had superpowers, and you was the president, and you and your friends were abducted by aliens, and it lost what made it popular. The sense that what you were doing was impacting the world you was living. All of a sudden now, you're a gang leader, president who has superpowers and is killing aliens. That's not what Saints Row is. The same argument could be made for Assassin's Creed. Like, Assassin's Creed started off with like this secret organization trying to stop another one from harming the earth. Now it's like you're playing as gods and using superpowers, and it's just, no, that's not what we came here for. Do that in another game. Make a spin-off game. They even did make a spin-off standalone game called Gat Out of Hell, where you play as Gat in hell. You literally went to hell and killed the devil. What the actual hell? What the actual hell? I understand they want to do something different and do something to change the genre. Remember where you came from. Remember what put the money in your pockets, and remember what pleased your fans. Because at the end of the day, if you have no fans, no loyalty, your money's going to dry out anyway. Come on, bro. Do better than that. That's why I'm sort of nervous for the reboot, if I'm being honest. I'm seeing these characters, I'm like, there's no original characters, there's no classic characters. All these people look like millennials. Look like people who would normally work in a Starbucks or complain that they don't have time to go clubbing. It's just, I came here to be part of a gang. I don't want to be in your group chat. Leave me alone. That's not for me. I'm willing to give it a try. I definitely will be playing it. But if there's too much difference from the original, then I will be disappointed. I definitely will be disappointed. It's the old argument of, if you have the broomstick and you have the brush, and you replace the broomstick, it's still the same broom. It's that argument. Because you're changing what made people like the series in the first place. But is it still the same game? I'll just have to play and find out. But overall, I still think Saints Row could be better than GTA. I think the name carries the game in terms of GTA. In terms of like rappers, in terms of brands, like, not to just go on this wild tangent, but like, I feel rappers like Drake, Kanye, brands like Balenciaga and Gucci, because there's such hype and such a rep behind their names, that it doesn't matter what they produce, people are gonna think it's good, and that's not me. I need actual good products. So you can slap Saint Rose on this game, but if it's not what I came for, you will know about it, because I'm not paying for you to knock off of a knockoff. Come on now, do